The DMV Hoops Podcast.
This is Jonathan Scribner, head girls basketball coach at St. John's College High School, and this is the DMV Hoops Podcast.
Welcome to the DMV Hoops Podcast. I'm Kurt Cross, your host, and as always, we are live from the DeMatha Summer League, or the Capital Hoops Summer League at DeMatha, and I can't think of anyone more appropriate to have on the show right now than one of our coaches, one of our hosts. This is his gym. He's all around, and his DeMatha Stags play here. Why don't we give it up for Mr. Mike G. Jones, coach of DeMatha Catholic High School. Coach, thanks for joining us, sir.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Coach, we're in Summer League right now, and obviously you want your team to get better. You want them to gel. If there are pieces you lost, you're looking to see who's going to show up, who are going to be your leaders next season. The last one you played was a tough one. That's a tough one. For those who are not here in the gym, you won by 70 points. But what is it that you're looking to see in that kind of game? I mean, obviously, at halftime, you were up by 50.
Yeah, one of the things we really look at is attention to detail, looking to advance the ball, try to be great at all the little things, block it out, taking charges, getting a lot of deflections, who's first on the floor. We think all those things translate to winning basketball, so we don't really focus on the score. Really just try to take it possession at a time and just try to play for each other, play with great energy and effort. And we also had 21 assists, which is pretty good.
That's what you want to see. All right. Now, of course, this doesn't count for WCAC, standings or anything like that. But as a team, what are you looking for out of your team from Summer League play?
Just getting in shape, getting acclimated with one another. Again, we have 2 transfers. I think could really help us out. Then we have a lot of guys coming up from JV. That's, pretty talented, but just not used to the rigors of varsity, the physicality of varsity, and the speed of varsity. So it's good to get them acclimated in, working together, working hard as a team, things of that nature. We graduated 7 seniors, so it's a pretty big shoes to fill.
I mean, I called that senior night, so I remember those names, right? But let me ask you this. It's got to be tough. DeMatha is a storied program, obviously. It's the most storied program in the area. So you attract talent. Some of those kids are playing AAU ball. They're playing everywhere. Are you able to, what does your bench look like? You still have a full, 12, 14, 15 guys?
Yes, we have 14 guys. Like I said, we graduated 7, so we're just trying to figure out who can fill that void. But we still have 4 of our core guys coming back. Jamal McKnight, Ashton Meeks, Christian Proctor, and Denny. So I think with those core guys there, and then with Ortiz and a couple other guys, Smothers are really looking good. So it's just one of those situations we use the summertime as one to get stronger, one to get two to get acclimated to our style of play and our brand of basketball, and then we just really try to play for each other and just try to take it one game at a time to see how we can really develop.
So you said the name. Are we going to see Mr. Meeks at some point this summer?
Yeah, so he's nursing an ankle injury and also just soreness. He's a really, really good player for us. He's been great for us for many years now. It's hard to believe he's been with me for 4 years, but Ace is phenomenal. And then Molly, he hurt his toe, so we're just trying to take it easy with those guys. But both guys will be back soon.
Excellent. You need to, or you don't need to know, but you should know that Mr. Meeks was on this podcast. He said 2 very interesting things to me. He said, one, you believed in him, and when you got here, that's why he wanted to be here. And number 2, he said something that you don't hear young people say very much. He said that he believes when everybody touches the ball on the floor, the ball gets more energy, and y'all's style of play really becomes, something better. Talk to me about Ace, Mr. Ashton Meeks, his leadership, what he means to this team.
No, Ace is a phenomenal kid. He has a pro men's work ethic in the gym constantly. He does a really good job of taking care of his body, but unfortunately, at his size, he got tweaked his ankle a little bit. But just a phenomenal kid, phenomenal leader. It's going to be great for us. He scored over 1,000 points. But just the way he shows up, his demeanor, he shows up willing to give it all for his team. That's really, really tough to ask. And last year we talked about, having the ball, having energy when we were playing. The 7 games that we lost, it was due to a lack of, just moving the ball. So this year we're really harping on ball movement, body movement, sharing the ball. And like I say, I think he's one of the top shooters in the nation, top scorers in the nation. I'm looking forward for him to have a tremendous year this senior year and just be one of our, this is his second year as a captain, so just be a veteran captain and doing phenomenal things, lifting the whole program up.
Coach, I will never ask a player or a coach to give me a, air quotes, prediction. But Gonzaga graduated a lot. St. John's had a couple kids transfer out. PVI is PVI. How do you feel about the 25-26 season?
I'm very optimistic about our chances. You know, with me, I coach to win, you know what I'm saying? So each and every time I'm coaching, I'm thinking we got an opportunity to win the WCAC and win all our games. So just the fact that, you know, we want to try to put our guys in position to be successful is great. And I'm looking forward to a good year. I don't want to give a prediction, but just know we coach to win. Right.
So, you know, I don't ask the kids this too much, but I do ask the coaches this. This is the mecca of basketball across the country. The WCAC, the DMV, and the WCAC has afforded the ISL, the IAC, and the MAC to really get some great players as well. What's in the water? What is it here?
This is a special place. You know, one, I think that all coaches in this area, they do a phenomenal job of just teaching the game and, you know, just having tough practices where, you know, you're competing against everybody. And then I can't say enough about the coaches in the WCAC. You know, all the teams are prepared. You know, it's a battle night in and night out. So it's just, for me, I look at it as a great opportunity for my teams to get ready to compete. And we just try to leave no stone unturned. We really try to, like, focus in on what we need to do to win each and every game. And I think, you know, we've had success by doing that.
I cannot take credit for the quote, but Coach Turner, formerly of Gonzaga, he said it on one of my podcasts, it's the best $5 you can spend, you know, at any point. Watch the WCAC game.
That's true.
And, of course, good luck to him down at Mount Verde. You've done a lot with this program. When you came into this program, there were expectations. It's DeMatha. There are always expectations. You don't seem to be under fire. You don't seem to lose your cool. I've sat at the scores table for a dozen or so of your games when I'm behind the mic. And what is it about this Mike Jones here that you don't seem to get your feathers ruffled?
Yeah, well, one of the things I tell our players and our staff is I always say the separation is in the preparation. Our teams are going to be prepared, and we're going to separate. So at some point during the game, I'm always thinking, try to think 2 steps ahead, just say, okay, this situation, this happened, but I always try to be super positive. Inside, sometimes it may not look like it, but I always try to be super positive, saying it's only a matter of time that we're going to get it and, you know, have an opportunity to win the game. All
right, so a couple more questions. I believe there's a young man on that roster who you might know very well. Yes, I didn't know this till 2 weeks ago. Tell me what, I watched Coach Turner do it with Jared. Yeah. What is that relationship like? On the court, off the court, off the court, you're dead. Yeah. Right? On the court, how tough is it to coach your son, or is it?
No, it's interesting. So Major and I, we have a really unique dynamic. You know, he's a really good shooter. Needs to get stronger. So I told him I'm gonna always be honest with you and how you need to develop. So he's been, you know, taking the coaching. But I was fortunate enough to coach him when he was younger. So it's not anything new. So from age 8 all the way to 11, I was his coach. So, you know, he knows my style, he knows my demeanor, he knows what I expect of him, and he's working hard to achieve those goals.
What year is he?
He's a rising sophomore.
Oh, so same age as my son. All right, cool. Next question. You're in your own gym right now. You see all this basketball. What do you think the Capital Hoops Summer League at DeMatha means for all these 56 teams?
I think Mark did a fantastic job of just putting it together, and then couldn't ask for a better place being here at DeMatha.
Of course.
But I think it's I know, right? I think it's a great opportunity for coaches to showcase their kids, especially like in a live period. But then as coaches to get acclimated and gelling with the young scholars that they have on their roster. So it's a great opportunity, good teaching moments. You know, we really look at it like that. Just always trying to teach the game. You know, we got into this game, my staff and I, just to transform lives, you know what I mean? Not to be so transactional, but just really transform and really pour into kids. So we really try to preach the details of the game and the fundamentals.
Well, Coach, here's the thing. You play your WCAC schedule. You have sort of some freedom to make your schedule. a team like Laurel, a team like Blake, a team like BCC, they don't get to see this competition. They play in Montgomery County, Prince George's County, Anne Arundel County schedule, and they might get some IBO tournament over Christmas, right? But you can't travel more than 100 miles from the state. You're not under those rules. So I really feel like these teams get, when is Bullis going to play Laurel any other time, right?
Right.
When is DeMatha going to play Broadneck any other time? Or better yet, when is Broadneck going to get to play that kind of competition? Look, I want to thank you for what you do for the game. I want to thank you for being a part of the league that, we get to watch great basketball every single night. I get paid to watch this game.
I know, it's amazing.
I'm behind the mic, and I get to see the Darren Harrises. I get to see the Abbasis. I get to see, all these kids, the Christian Gerdacks, and all those kids. And I interviewed, I saw Darren Harris last week here. So thank you for what you do for the game. I hope your number one guy behind the mic takes more time off next year so I can fill in for him. But Coach, thanks. And how can people connect with DeMatha basketball?
We have a website, DeMathaHoops.com, that guys can connect with. But just come in and watch us play. We love to have all the support we can, especially in the DMV Live. I think it's a perfect event, a perfect venue where you get an opportunity to see your favorite college coaches, watch some really good basketball, and just a phenomenal event. So, you can connect with us that way.
All right, last question. Why should someone find themselves in this gym in December watching the DeMatha Stags basketball?
Oh, man, that's a great question. Excellent question. I'll end it with this. So our teams are going to play hard. We're going to play with great energy and effort. We're going to play for each other, play together. And lastly, it's a beautiful style of play, in my humble opinion. I think it's just a phenomenal way to enjoy a day of great basketball hoops.
All right, you heard it right here. Coach Mike Jones, the DeMatha Stags in the WCAC. We are live from Summer League, the Capital Hoops Summer League at DeMatha. I'm Kurt Cross. This is the DMV Hoops Podcast. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks for having me, Kurt.
The DMV Hoops Podcast is hosted by Kurt Cross, featuring Adam Crain. Thanks for listening.